Alright, my brother, it's story time. Sandra has never worked a real job in her life. She's never built anything. No career, no business, no sweat equity, and no personal transformation either. One day, though, she inherits a large sum of money. And that's her storyline. I have Schrodinger's hair. It's too long and too short at the same time, but you never know which one applies until you check. Now enter Nadia. Nadia was broke as hell. Living in a foreign country, undocumented, no support system, no money, no safety net. She didn't speak the freaking language. She wasn't even supposed to be there, legally speaking. She maxed out her credit card, scraped by, and somehow, no one knows how, managed to build a business. She's not just survived, but she's built something real. And funnily enough, Nadia was the one that actually helped Sandra to get access to her inheritance earlier than scheduled. Nadia took out a 1.5 grand PayPal loan, literally to keep her head above water. The very next day, Sandra, who was stranded in South Africa, felt too sick to wait for her actual scheduled flight back, didn't have a credit card. So she asked Nadia to use hers. And Nadia agreed. So Sandra went on to buy herself a business class ticket using Nadia's emergency survival loan. And of course, Sandra said that she'd pay Nadia back double and triple of what she borrowed. But when the time came, she transferred the exact amount, not a cent more. And only after Nadia insisted that she needed the damn money now, cause otherwise she was screwed. What makes this even more funny is that Sandra had this entire plan of all of them living together in a big house and run a massive family-style business, being one codependent empire. And Nadia said no multiple times because she had her own thing going. And that she made clear from day one. So what happens next? Sandra sends a voice memo to someone both of them love and know, saying that she feels it in her stomach that Nadia might want to benefit from her wealth. Let that sink in. The woman who never lifted a finger thinks that the woman that helped her, who said no, thank you, to any of her business offers, said no to her future house sharing fantasies, and no to her money, wants to exploit her? Let's bring a next fucker into the game. Meet Janko, a man who had literally every single financial and material opportunity handed to him. His father gave him property, funds, a launching pad, and he did nothing with it. He let it all rot, untouched, unrealized, unused. One day, Janko meets Nadia through mutual connections. The friend who introduced them couldn't really stop praising Nadia. She moved here alone, she didn't speak the language, no support, no visa, no job, and still she managed to build her own business. The friend was proud and inspired and moved. Janko, on the other hand, triggered. Within 24 hours after that encounter, Janko starts spreading lies. He starts telling people that Nadia only managed to do things she did because she had the support of her father. Now the irony is, Nadia's father was not even in her life at the time that she did all that. But Janko could not let that story exist. Because if it were to be true, he'd have to face his own failure. And that's simply the part most people cannot handle. So let's take this shit apart. What actually happened here? This story is textbook psychological projection. When people feel deeply inadequate, they cannot sit with this discomfort. So they'll hurl it at somebody else. Sandra knows that she's done nothing to earn her wealth. So she projects opportunism onto someone who refuses to use it. Janko knows that he has wasted every single chance that he was given. So he can't help but imagine that that self-made woman must have been propped up too. Now these people aren't lying because they're evil. They are lying because the truth for them is unbearable. Standing next to someone who has made something out of nothing feels like standing naked to a goddamn spotlight. So what do? They dim the light. They throw mud. They make it look dirty so that they can feel clean. Now Sandra is a real person. That's not her real name because of legal reasons. Yanko too is a real person. This may or may not be his real name. And Nadia, well, that's not just a name. It's a mirror. Nadia's me, in case it wasn't abundantly clear. And if you're watching this and feel like, oh shit, that happened to me too, well, now you understand. But if you're watching this and you're feeling a little called out, good. Because maybe that discomfort is the first sign of self-honesty. Or maybe you just gonna go double down on your story and keep lying to yourself about why your life isn't what it could be. Either way, here's the truth. If you do not want to feel inadequate, then become someone that you can respect. Because one way or another, truth always finds its way out.